the massive amounts of police presence out here in the streets. There was just a demo. There was a Solidarity Without Borders demo that had 200,000 people estimated 200,000 people participate in it. Police right now have been stopping people, certain people, in their floats or trucks and getting down the block into the St. Pauli neighborhood. Basically what they're trying to do is provide security for the G20 Summit, which is not far from here. They decided to have it 400 meters or so from one of the most radical neighborhoods in Germany. That antenna thing you see, that thing is where they're having the summit, one of the places, Congress Hall. And we just see a massive amount of security out here at the moment. I wanted to bring this live to you all to give you all an opportunity to see what's going on here. This is Nico from Riot. We watched the demonstration that was about 200,000 deep. It was, again, Solidarity Without Borders demonstration. There was little police presence except for there was an anti-capitalist block that was massive, by about 5 to 10,000 folks. And the police flanked the anti-capitalist march. That's about all we saw as far as police presence, besides their typical every other block was a huge presence because they were just trying to stop people from maneuvering themselves closer to where the G20 is held. So again, right now we just have tons of helicopters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the air right now. There's 3 right here you see. They're splitting up. St. Pauli again, there's a park that has music going on. There's a lot of people just calming out, relaxing, having conversations. As I said, there was a 200,000 person demo. That's the estimate is 200,000, could be more, could be less. Let's say, from my estimation, it was massive. 200,000 wouldn't sound wrong. So again, we just have a mass amount of police officers that are moving their vehicles through this area. We saw a very intense rioting yesterday. We're going to bring you down to that riot spot where we were live most of the day. The Watchman News, hey, what's up? If you are watching on Facebook, go to livestream.com/unicornriot and click into the event page. I think it's called No G20 Solidarity Without Borders. And join us on the chat because then I can chat with you. The Watchman News asks, hey, sorry if I missed it, but how's Lorenzo doing? Lorenzo's doing much better, I believe. Lorenzo was injured the other day covering the Welcome to Hell demo that was smashed violently before it got to be started by the police. And Lorenzo seems a lot better. Lorenzo seems to be doing good and moving around a lot better. Still hurt though. So yeah, thanks for asking. We'll see if the chat and all the data continues to work. If we do go down, just know that we are out here and we are covering events as we can. We do have cameras on us, as well as the live stream. If we are not able to continue the live stream, we will bring you videos. We are uploading the video right now. We have very slow upload speeds out here in Hamburg. We've had to buy a lot of data from prepaid cards, which has been a very big hassle because they have new laws restricting prepaid cards here in Germany. And so it's been very, very big hassle for us. We've had a lot of connection difficulties. You hear some remnants of last night possibly, or earlier today. I'm not sure. This community is continually in resistance out here. We're going to bring you down to a few of the blocks that were the scene of intense riots last night. And so again, down the street that way is where the demo sort of stopped. And up the street up here. Hey, what's up, Sophisticated Puppets? What's up, Iron Human? Polizei are really deep up here, as they always have been since the start of this G20. They have a police station up there as well. There's about 20 plus water cannons that they've been using. Here there was intense clashes last night, last few nights really. The police have been moving their water cannons up here. People have been fighting back. There was a lot of pictures from this area. I think we streamed from this area for a bit. The police are trying to maintain a presence in this area now, as they have been, but they lost a lot of control yesterday. They were spread out very thin as droves of organized folks hit the streets and wreaked havoc on the institutions out here. Displayed anger, fury, and their, I guess, will for a different world. So again, thank you all for tuning in. This is Nico from Unicorn Riot. Again, if the stream drops or if we have difficulties in signal, please continue to follow us. Go to our Twitter. We have some tweets up from the march that just happened. You see right here is one of the remnants of a barricade. It's actually indented into the street. So you see that the fire caused damage to the amount of causing the street to be damaged. There's still some combustibles in there. Piece of wood. And then you see tire tracks, and those tire tracks are most likely from the APC. They've rolled right over it after the fire was extinguished by the water cannons. The water cannons then swept this way. There was intense clashes down this street, this whole street, very, very intense. The people stood their ground for a very long time. I believe this is Schulterblatt that we're on. Now it's Bean Jager. I have no idea how to pronounce it. The police also, there's been some clashes down this street the last few nights as well. Yeah, there's some different color police vans maybe. Here goes another barricade that was lit on fire. The spot where a barricade was. If you want to see some of the streams, it wasn't all the way clear all the time, but check out our website or check out Unicorn Riot on livestream. So go to livestream.com/Unicorn Riot, and if you go to the stream last night, I believe it was called No Incident. There was multiple videos, a multitude of videos that show a lot of what was happening. We have a video getting uploaded right now, I believe, to the internet from last night that shows edited versions, essentially all our material, but we combined hours worth of material into a few video, or into some minutes for a video. We will have a post up about that as well. I don't know if it's already up. So unicornriot.ninja, check it out. That's our website. We can just bring you down the street, give you all an idea of what's happening down the street. We're the scene of intense clashes again. Like I said, where yesterday we sat in front of here quite a few hours in front of the Greek bar. Not a few hours, maybe a few 20-30 minutes at one point, and then another hour or two later. This is where the water cannons were coming down the street. There was 2 water cannons coming this way. They eventually went that way, switched each other out as one other went this way, and then they will go back. But essentially then after that there was just one water cannon that people would build barricades all the way through this area, and it seems like it's very, very much cleaned up since then. There was tons of bottles, tons of water everywhere, and now it's very much cleaned up in a lot of ways. It looks much more clean than it did the other few days before that, even when there wasn't riots. So it's been a consistent effort. There's a lot of looting last night. Some of these stores we're going into. It was basically a massive riot for a few blocks. People were chopping out concrete. Police were shooting water cannons, and much more. So, see some of the boarded up windows, or doors, windows. Again, thank you all for joining. It's Nico from Unicorn Riot. If you want to see our stuff, go to unicornriot.ninja. So today there was a 200,000 plus possible as an estimate. It's very hard to keep track of those numbers when it's coming around, but I was on the side of an anti-capitalist block that was, so I counted at one point one row was 22 people. And so with one row is 22 people, 5 rows of that is 110, you know? And so essentially that small amount of space is 110 people. You only multiply that by 10 and that's 1,000. And so it's very hard to put up numbers. At the same time, it was easy in a way where you could show yourself how deep that march was, because it was massive. So I'm not sure what this is. It's a little. So this is just some art that was created outside of the riot yesterday. Okay, and there's a lot of fires down this block. The fires were continual. There was about 3 back from where we came from. There's another massive fire right here. Here's where the speakers were. There's speakers hanging out of the door, out of the windows, and people were able to listen to music and stuff was happening. Again, most of these places are boarded up. And if they weren't boarded up yesterday, they're boarded up now because they got smashed through. Here was another one of the fires. This fire was blazing for a long time as well. The further we get back, the further they were blazing. So this stuff was literally stuck into the concrete. And so when the police came through, they literally came up the street after they pushed people out of that one side. They all came up. They were attacking from behind as well. And they came up with their water cannons, and they had units on the side of them. And with the water cannons, they would put out the fire, and then they would pull the APC with a plow, and the APC and the plow would push all the barricade up. And then they just did that continuously. The police were running after folks, and the police would run after people and go in front of the fires sometimes. That wasn't happening all the time on this block, but that's one of their tactics, was they would run. Everybody would run back, and then the police would overtake that fire that was a barricade, and then or sometimes they would just stop. So the police would run after them, they would stop and take over the barricade, and then move the water cannon in front of that, or by it and take out, extinguish the fire, and then from there they would bring in the APC to clear the area. And so again, there's a lot of these shops are boarded up. This place was definitely gone through. This was Budnikowski. You see, it's got a tag on it, all for water. Rue was gone through last night. So this is some of the layout of the land of the clashes that happened last night. Yeah, that was sidewalk shots, sophisticated puppets. Back at that little memorial area. I'm not sure what the memorial was. And so again, there was just this massive there was this massive march today that was a very peaceful contingent. Some people were very against what they called violence yesterday, violent protests. A lot of people feel like it's justified. There's a lot of reasonings that people have for being out here and fighting against the system, as we see. Circle A with a pig underneath, and then fuck the system. And so essentially this is just a rundown of the massive clash that happened this block. And this block, had thousands of people on it, battling with the police for hours last night. Hours. Here's another fire. So again, each fire was extinguished by the water cannon, and APC with the plow would run through it and push off the barricade off to the side, and then the police would incur on the next barricade and the next barricade. And we're coming up to Rotaflora. Rotaflora is right at the street. Here goes smashed out ATMs, smashed out window here. So the effects still are here in Hamburg, in the St. Pauli neighborhood, or Flora neighborhood. Sort of some of the tags that we put up. Free hugs for blacks, love blacks. I think they were trying to say like free hugs for black bloc. See right here, smashed out marketing piece. This part was all broken down. I don't think people got in here last night, but they tried. Gate was all broken and smashed. People were able to sort of disperse on these side streets. There was another side street before that I didn't really show. People were able to disperse and maneuver themselves away from the police. I didn't see any arrests last night during the intense rioting. The police, I didn't see them really beat anybody up neither, which was very different. They were outnumbered. There was people roving the streets for 24 hours essentially, and they couldn't, I don't think they could tactically really attack too many spots. If they could, they just didn't. And that's maybe the difference between a special security event that would be in America, where I'm from, or where Uniform Riot is from, compared to Europe. That right there is, or Germany in general. That right there is another barricade. This was a very hot and flaming barricade. So the police took a long time to actually overtake this one. This was a massive fight, probably about 20-30 minutes after the first few. The first one was a couple-hour fight on the side street that I showed you all, where the water cannons were coming up. The other ones were a little bit less. And so this is Rotaflora. And this is a food truck, I believe. Look, they have some coffee. So they got some coffee out here. People chilling. People don't want to be filmed. That's a Rotaflora. And so the clashes were continued all over here. And the police ended up crashing through here. Not crashing, but like exercising their power through this area. Sort of the ending of what was happening through this block. Oh shit, clashes started at main rally. I'll get down there. Thank you for saying that. I could tell it was going to happen. Essentially, the police were over there blocking some of the people from entering St. Pauli. And it was about 200,000 people that were entering St. Pauli from the huge march. I'm going to try to attempt to walk back over that direction. Definitely saw it coming and felt I had to leave because there was other things happening in a different spot that I wanted to document. And then the police essentially were just maneuvering themselves to provide more security for a different area of the street. So, try to get ourselves back up to the march road. Because, yeah, I believe that there's clashes for sure. That's something very easily foreseeable. Thank you for saying that, road. And if you are watching on Facebook, go to livestream.com/unicornriot and go to this event. This event is called Solidarity Without Borders, I believe. Yeah, okay, bro. Thank you for chatting, for the information. Yeah, they've been trying to surely snatch people and use the wedge technique. They've also been using just basically straight line formation with a couple units on the side, and then they come in and split the groups straight in half and sometimes 3 times, and so people aren't very happy when that happens. A lot of people really like the sign. I wish I knew what it says. If anybody's out there that speaks this language, maybe translate that. Nur Menschen mit Grünen Kanisch Zunden Atos an Unrandenberg. Fuck off. I'm guessing. Oh, I think, okay. Trump is a small penis? Fuck off? Possibly? It's always amazing to see. It's just like there will be intense clashes in an area, and then nobody will be moving around that area, or people will be like chilling in other areas. So it's just always very interesting when clashes happen and people don't know, one, or just people are having their own good time, two. Somebody just smashed a beer by accident. So again, this was the block where the intense clashes were. We're going to cut up this block just to show you some of the street layout. The police were coming up the block with their cannon. Right here was a massive amount of barricades. The police actually broke that window or that sign off of that. And yeah, they probably broke these windows as well because the water cannon was so high power. It had on the highest power. I got belted with that in the midsection. Very, very painful. Still painful today, so that's how painful it is. One of those things. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, join us on livestream.com/Riot, and you will be able to chat with the community and me as well. So the police had sort of this area for their ground yesterday. You still see some remnants of this. It's either rocks that hit this car or just basically police. Fireworks. Here was some of barricades that were used. Sort of like a quick layout. Quick layout of what was happening last night. I'm gonna get back over to the scene of where some of these clashes are. Tons of police out on these streets. I'm a little ways away. Try to get you there as fast as possible without running right now. Conserve some of my energy. It's gonna be a long night again. We did a lot of walking yesterday, a lot of running. Wedge, let's get it popping. Like a V formation will come in and snatch me. Other people can put another descriptor at it. So, But we have probably we saw 15 police cars go by. Okay, thanks. Rising Hope, is that the translation? Yeah, and then so I see the chat, and then so the police have a lot of different formations that they use when they try to extract people. As who said it? Okie dokie, thank you for chatting. Yeah, essentially they use a wedge formation, which is like a V shape. They'll use straight line formations. They'll come in from the side. They'll do a lot of things where tactically they'll learn from the military how to patrol areas or control areas from essentially the military having to do it. Again, I'm quite a ways away from where the demo is. I'll try to get over there as fast as possible. We are here live in Hamburg, St. Pauli neighborhood. There's clashes going on where 200,000 just got done with the demo. We just gave a brief tour of some of the clashes that happened last night that we were able to live stream at. There was other ones as well, all over the city. We have a video coming up on vimeo.com/unicornriot. It'll be on our website too. Police have been following different groups within that 200,000 march. It was a Solidarity Without Borders march. There was nothing dangerous or violence that happened. But police now seem to have started to try to arrest folks. I heard they were going to different camps looking for foreign activists. They possibly even used their anti-terrorist unit yesterday. So be aware of the narrative. Beware of the name calling that will be had in the media. Beware of how everybody will be painted as this extremist terrorist. When these G20 is the perpetrators of some of the most extremist terrorism in the world with their wars and violence and capitalism. Just be aware of the narrative. We have police all over these streets. Seen a lot of clashes up and down these streets as well, where police have used a lot of water cannons. Yeah, there was a huge, so I'm looking at the chat. Okie Dokie says they will also try to grab people with YPG Kurdish flags as they are illegal in Germany. Yeah, there was a massive YPG block in that demonstration, at least 5,000. It wasn't all Kurdish folks, as I'm sure some of them are very frightful to come out if they're here, quote, illegally. But nonetheless, it was a massive block. Go to our Twitter feed, UR_ninja. You'll see a video of that block of folks. You'll see a video also of the police flanking the anti-capitalist block. When the march was done, people were gathering food, and there's an entrance way up the street to get into this neighborhood that we're walking in right now. And essentially, the police had blocked the neighborhood off. Multiple times. Sometimes they would block it off and then maneuver themselves away from that area. Sometimes they would just continue to block it off. And so what that signified to me was that they were just doing it for specific people and purposes. They let one of the trucks go through. Interestingly enough, we're talking about the Kurdish. It was a truck with some Kurdish flags and such. They let that go through. They didn't let the next truck go through. The next truck was a truck with some anti-capitalists on it, with some music, and so they stopped that one. They just continued to stay there, so I figured in a way that there would definitely be some clashes sooner or later. And then, like I said, I followed the police down a different group down this road where it seemed like they were about to incur themselves onto the neighborhood and do some things, and instead, that was good they didn't. We were able to give you all a tour of what was happening. So the Reuters link is in the stream. Supposedly Reuters is live. They might be live in the area where we are walking up to. If you don't follow us on Twitter, if you don't have a Twitter, that's fine. You don't have to have a Twitter to follow us, because you can just type in twitter.com/UR_ninja and see our tweets. We have some tweets from the massive 200,000 march. We couldn't go live during it. It was very long. And we don't have the data, essentially. We want to make sure that we conserve data. So, again, I'll say it one more time, that when we also get up here, if there's not too much going on, we will bring the stream down for a while. We'll try to document as much as we can. We do have cameras out here, but essentially, we don't have unlimited data like we do in the States, where we could just stream for 10 hours straight, like we have before, like the 4th Precinct occupation, or the Governor's Mansion occupation. The 4th Precinct was for Jamal Clark, who was black youth, black adult, unarmed, killed by white police officers in Minnesota. It was Philando Castile. We were live streaming for hours and hours and hours during protests for him. Philando's 1 year anniversary. Excuse me. Philando's 1 year anniversary was yesterday. He was killed 1 year ago yesterday by Officer Geronimo Yanez, who just got off with no charges. He did go to trial, which is like a first, but no charges. What's up, Dick Plain? What's up, Sophisticated? Thank you all for chatting. Little friendships born in the chat rooms. Beautiful. Police trying to maneuver their belongings. Smoking cigarettes. This dude out here taking pictures. Trying to act like he wasn't. Okay, so there's FC St. Pauli. Also, if you go into our Twitter feed, you'll see that the police moved up there to that neighborhood, or to the stadium, and stood outside the stadium for a while. A lot of people were sort of scared. There's sleeping places that the FC St. Pauli football club is provided for people, and those sleeping spaces are where needed. They haven't allowed people to serious. People think about the like have a shelter over your head, but you can sleep on the ground. Is sort of what I've come across seeing. So all around the zone, are just pulling up on the ground and sleeping with some sleeping bags and whatnot. There's tons of people in the streets. Again, there was probably about 200,000 folks here earlier today. We have now people blocking the police cars again. This was happening earlier. Oh, he's not doing it anymore. But this definitely happened earlier. There's also, I think, a tweet about that. What's up, Ola? Everybody that's watching, hello, thank you for tuning in. It's Nico from Unicorn Riot. Like people need to party again. The flow was stopped for go. His through day, and there's bunches of police officers in there now. There was just 2 water cannons in there the last time I left from this area about an hour ago. Now there's 2 water cannons and bunches of police officers. Oh, they got hands cooked stuff. And the foot down. Here we're blocking this road. It seems like we have a different side. This is where I was anticipating that it would be, based on what people were saying, or what I was thinking. That so it's not happening right here. If it did, it might have already. better. What was happening in the stadium is when people were leaving the demo, which sort of ended around that area, the police started stopping traffic right here for this truck. This was the first truck they stopped for. From what I saw, it was about an hour and a half, an hour ago. People have been streaming in through the stadium area, which these fences weren't open when a couple days ago. Now they've been opened from the people because they just smashed through them. There was only a couple cop cars up here, a couple police cars up here, and then all of a sudden there was 2 water cannons, and now there's a massive amount of water cannons. Or I mean water cannons and police cars. But in the process, I grabbed myself some food, and from grabbing myself some food, I witnessed the police walk in really deep with large units, probably 70 to 100 to a unit. And what they did was they met up at the sleeping area, which is right over here, FC St. Pauli, and they met up and they just like did some kind of shift change, or they just met up and stood there for a minute and scared everybody, because a lot of people were scared because, you know, who knows what the police are going to do. They've already been evicting people from their sleeping spaces. They've already been looking for people, and so if there was people staying there, I'm sure they were really frightened. Right now we have a person blowing bubbles that's trying to, that's blowing bubbles in front of the water cannon. She hasn't done it in a while. There goes a water cannon, BY2. There again, water cannons with oh, this number 2 has a camera. Most of the time it's the water cannons with the number 1s that have cameras. So they have a water cannon in the back. There's police sitting in the back. This car, this police cruiser water cannon has been sticker tagged. People have gotten refugees welcome tags on it. Antifa zone. So that happened. Again, there's just massive amounts of police. I don't know where the clashes are. If anybody's on the chat and can tell me where the clashes are, I'll try to get over there and get you all to them. Yeah, I don't know. The cops seem to be not really, like, technically wanted anywhere in these neighborhoods surrounding the district where they're having the G20, which is right in front of us. That big tall building. That's where they're having the meeting of the G20. Inside St. Pauli, they seem to really, really not like the police. There's a lot of slogans, a lot of stickers, a lot of spray paint that's very dissing the police, not liking authority figures in general. It's a very radical stadium. So, I mean, they're technically, they're gonna go wherever they want to go. So, but anyways, yeah, so they stood over here. I'll show you all the place where they stood over here. They just stood there for a while and moved on. And so a lot of people were scared, as I was saying, sort of frightened as the police have been raiding some of the camps. So, if I can't find out where the clashes are, I'm gonna save. I'm going to save the data that we have for some of the more other things that are happening. You see, people are able to sleep right here. This is St. Pauli Stadium, and they've opened it up for a media center as well. So it's the FC Media Center, and that's where this is. They have their own security. So FC Media Center, you just come in there, and there's the press conferences and whatnot. I'm not trying to eye that whole area down very much with the camera, as folks are already paranoid and whatnot. So that's sort of the layout of the land. We just sort of walked through what happened yesterday, a quick walkthrough of what's happened today. Y'all are talking about sticker in the water cannons. That's how you'll win. That's hilarious. Yeah. You know, proper propaganda. Stickers are very important for the mentality of folks. I know who makes some good stickers. Sophisticated Puppets make some good stickers. So check out Sophisticated Puppets art. Anyways, Unicorn Riot has some stickers. If you donate when we have a fundraiser, which we will have someday soon, then we will get you stickers. Also, if you just want stickers and you want to be like, yo, I want to write you all an email, info@unicornriot.ninja. And if you want some stickers, we actually have to order some more, so I'm sort of lying. We do have stickers, but we don't. We only have like 5 left. I think the crew only has a little bit left. And so, if you want some, you know what I mean? Like, just let us know. We'll try to do our best to get to you. We are a nonprofit, educational nonprofit, horizontally organized media organization from the United States of America. And we are based on the internet, the interwebs. Right now, people are taking pictures in front of the water cannons. That's been happening. There was a lot of selfies taken last night in the riots. That was pretty funny. There's a big line of police that are moving in this area. It usually doesn't mean anything nowadays because there's just lines of police everywhere doing everything all the time. That's only a small line of police. That's only 4 cars. They're on the metro at St. Pauli. Okay. St. Pauli Tube Station. Okay. I'll try to get over there. I think I'm going the right way at this point. Thank you. Yo, the chats are dope. I love you all in the chat. I just want to accentuate that fact. Also, I just want to bring it back a couple years because chatters are like so smart out there that there was a white supremacist called Alan Scarcella. He and a couple other friends of his, cohorts in domestic terrorism of his, infiltrated into a Black Lives Matter Justice for Jamar protest encampment, and not once but twice, armed with guns, and attacked the crowd. Basically, shot 5 unarmed black folks who were protesting for Justice for Jamar. I'm bringing that up because on the stream, we ran into them the first time they came, and they basically came and talked to us and sought us out. And so in that interview, before they came down there and made a Facebook video talking about their locked and loaded, showing their gun, talking about poll, watch on poll, watch on 4chan. Anyways, our audience knew who they were when I was talking to them. They pointed them out automatically, like the chat room was that smart. Y'all are that smart. So appreciate you all. You're always on your stuff. Oh, Sophisticated Puppets, you've been waiting. You've been waiting for a year for UR stickers. Alright, I'm gonna have to, still got the other thing to send you to. So we have a lot of like stands over here now. These stands. Okay, I think I know where the concerts are. Thank you. There's like literally 2 or 3 stages that have been set up too. So over here we have multiple food stands. Seem mostly run by Kurdish folks. They're selling quite a few donars. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they're all over. It's like the #1 food in Germany that I see is donar. And they're very good. I love euros. In America it's euros. I go to Greece and they're like, what is a euro? They don't know what I'm talking about. Here, people talk about dinar. So, almost 3 different names for some of the same meat, some of the same process. But all different processes. So anyways, sort of some of the random tidbits of information shoveling through my head. But also, what we do know is not far from here, beyond that area that we're looking, is G20 world leaders that are meeting, and they're deciding 85% of the world's gross domestic product. And so get that in your head real quick, that you have 20 leaders that are deciding almost 100% of everything. 20 people deciding almost everything for the world. That's one of the complexities that people do not like about the situation. This is like a police barracks over here. The police have been dormitory, whatever you want to call it, as their home, one of their homes. Very tightly razor wired and secure. So here's one of the areas. This is one of the holes that are out here. There's a speaker going on. I do not understand. Write down what the speaker is saying.
Our system has also achieved gender equality and communal justice. This ideal border that we have achieved can be a solution for the crisis in Syria and the Middle East, and those examples resolving global. However, this challenge is different sources. The first is the Philippines.
Yeah, thanks for Escape Puppets for putting in the link for the 10-part series. I sent through hundreds of hours of that trial. You're sitting in the trial, going back to these Escape Puppets help out and stuff that thing. Going through the notes, some of the research and whatnot. So, yeah, let's go shot, folks. The point of that story was the streamers in the chat are dope. I love you all. The other story, Garcia got 15 years in prison for his domestic terrorism. His home basically got off. All basically like sheltered white folk that were coming from rural areas, suburb areas, and they were very close-minded, very racist. They met on the internet, and from meeting on the internet, they then formulated plans, shot each other's guns at meetups. They met on the K-board. K-board is a chat board on 4chan. So I don't mean to give like 4chan any club, but that's what happens. The area of extremists where they're gathering. So this is where a lot of people are facing off, folks. Hopefully the connection stays up. So you all mentioned what I'm about Stella. Basically, I was just saying they all met up on 4chan, on the K-board on 4chan, shot each other's guns, exchanged extremist views, made racist memes, and created a pathway for themselves to try to claim self-defense. Data connection, everybody. It's Nico from Unicorn Riot. We are reporting live from the streets of Hamburg. Right now is a standoff with folks and the police folks are trying to get down a different area. The stream is going off of data that we pretty much need to conserve. It might go down in a moment. But also, if the stream just disconnects, it might be disconnecting. We'll try to get back as soon as possible. Ashley, hey, what's up? Thanks for dropping in the chat, asking for how the crowd is. We're all good. I think that Lorenzo's doing better after rest ice, compression elevation. The rest of our crew is doing okay. It seemed like they just did part of a shift change, or they're moving their whole spot. This is sort of a blockade, soft blockade that the police have created. People have sat down all in the street. Thank you, DeClain. I'll keep my eye open for that. I'm about half a mile away from there, or a mile or so. It says in the live stream chat that something may be going on in Boca Flora. Yeah, right here we just started having standoff. If you want to see some of the other media that we put out, go to unicornriot.ninja. I think the new video will be coming up very shortly. From last night. against the G20, all in solidarity without borders. There's obviously some like clashes here. This officer has like shook his hand, shook his gentleman's hand. Oh, that was cool. Another fist bump. This is coming after a day of really intense riots, and then some clashes up here. It definitely happened. As you see, this officer has mustard or something all over him. He just shook the hand of the person with the YPG flag.
Like, Ja, wir kommen gleich, ja. Ja, aber dass die Menschen Leben hingehen. Für euch, Menschen, Mann, die Menschen geben ihr Leben für euch auf. Und ihr wollt dagegen battlen oder was? Ihr wollt dagegen noch kämpfen? Mann, ich scheiß auf euch, ey. Hier, ich sag euch eins. Das von der Polizei, ne? Gerechtigkeit wird siegen. Gerechtigkeit wird siegen. Gerechtigkeit wird siegen. Und ich sage in Jesu Namen, dass keine Gewalt, egal auf was für eine Gewalt passiert, keinen Sinn hat. Weil Gewalt scheiße ist. Wenn Gewalt weiter meint, sich auszubreiten, dann sag ich in Jesu Namen, möget ihr alle gesegnet sein.
Verstanden.
Und auch ihr. Hey, ich sag euch eins, hey, alle wie hier stehen, guck mal, ich stehe hier vor dem Bullen, ne? Ich sag euch eins, ne? Ganz ehrlich, hey, Jungs, wollt ihr für die Liebe sein? Wollt ihr für die Liebe sein? Hebt eure Hände nach oben! Für die Liebe! Für die Liebe! So! Seid ihr für die Liebe sein?
I don't understand either. This was this is definitely drunk or something. I don't understand the whole fist bumping with the cops who are literally probably were just beating people's ass. But yeah, that's some people, that's what they like to do. I don't understand a lot of things. Massive amounts of people moving through these areas. A lot of people in the streets of St. Pauli. It's probably going to be another hectic night. A band up here. Being drunk is a very common thing out here from what I've seen. Tons of drunk people. Got over here right in time to miss it. Sorry, y'all. Alright, so basically this is the route that the march went on to, just straight down that street. Sorry. And straight down, straight back around the Reeperbahn back to this way. So anyways, I'm going to bring the stream down. We're going to be around here documenting what's happening and pay attention to where clashes will happen. Try to be the eyes on the street for people. The police have been very violent. Again, this is Nico from Unicorn Riot. If you like our mustard gas, nice call, CC. If you like our streams, if you like our media, we do a lot of media. We do a lot of alternative type of things. We're seeking alternatives where people are seeking different ways of living outside of capitalism. Well, not a lot, but we try to. We're gonna walk over to this concert area real quick. We expose what we can. We speak about what we can in our articles. We make videos of what we can. Essentially, we're a horizontally organized nonprofit educational media collective, and if you are in the United States of America and you want to donate, it's tax deductible. Everywhere else, I'm not sure it even matters about tax deductibility. Besides that, go to unicornriot.ninja, go to support our work tab. We really need your help. We've continued to incur damages on our equipment. We've had a camera broken by the police baton and water cannon, and we've also had injuries to our crew and had to buy multitudes of SIM cards for data. So thank you all for doing that and allowing us to be here and do what we do. Again, if you like our media, go to unicornriot.ninja. The people are massive amounts out here. Like literally, there was about 200,000 at this march, and the masses go very far and wide. This is a much more family-friendly day for a lot of these folks, a lot of family folks. So we'll be around to talk and to see what happens with document. Yesterday we saw some of the most intense riots that I've ever seen, and we'll see what happens tonight. We do have media coming up from about that. Go to unicornriot.ninja, check it out. Go to our Vimeo page, vimeo.com/unicornriot. Go to our Facebook page, unicornriot. Go to our Twitter, UR_ninja. We also have Instagram, which we haven't used a ton, but we do have Instagram. So check us out on those. You see the picture right here, basically. Solidarity without borders.
You know, YPG, the Kurdish woman fighting Daesh.
Talking about YPJ, Kurdish women fighting Daesh.
The Kurdish folk leader Abdullah Öcalan.
Or ISIL. I don't like
Been in
saying
prison
ISIL.
since 1999.
Talking about Öcalan.
Says, until the woman is not free, the society